Gay.
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 Gay, 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 gay. Gay, gay.
Are you gay?
Gay.
Super.
Welcome to GayTalk 2.0, the ultimate podcast for your dose of dish.
Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of GayTalk 2.0, an LGBT podcast streaming live on Digital Stream Radio, where you can access that live stream every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can do so by visiting digitalstreamradio.com. My name is Tom, and I'm your host, and as always, I'm in studio with my friends, starting with the first one.
Hey, y'all. Nick or Trish.
And
J Bear, a.k.a. your boyfriend's boyfriend.
I'm gonna cut him. Welcome you all to the dish. We're back. Trish is back.
I am.
Elsie's not here, but Jay is here. And and we're all queer. Well, in some ways.
Queerish.
Queerish. Yeah. Well, I mean, by
Queer counts, yeah.
Yeah, falls within
we're
that
fine.
spectrum. Yeah, okay, we'll go.
I have no issue with that.
All right, well, I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure.
I'm not gay. My boyfriend is, though.
You're nasty.
I'm going to have to talk to your boyfriend. Who left this Febreze bottle? Let's spray. One. Sorry about that. So, how are you? Trish, how are you? We
Good.
missed you last week.
I called in.
Yeah, I know. In like the tail end, I deleted the whole phone call.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't. No.
I actually sounded like I knew what I was talking about.
Yeah,
You did.
no. I mean, you were in Florida, and you know where our opener speaks too much of how we're feeling right now, right? The Don't Say Gay bill passed.
Mm-hmm.
Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida. Ron Dictatus. Can we find?
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure something out. We're going to figure something out for him. But anyway, the bill passed in the House of Representatives of Florida, or your state house, or not yours, but the state house in Florida, and then the governor signed it. And there's a lot of concern in regards to how this bill affects LGBTQ plus youth. And specifically, not being able to, for example, talk about your parents if you come from a household where you have two mothers or two fathers or a blended family of whatever iteration you have, right? You could have, for example, a transgender parent. Mm-hmm. Your child, regardless of age or where they go, cannot proudly talk about their parents at school because they're gay.
Or they're gunkles.
Oh, you've got some stuff.
Oh, it's from my tissue.
Yeah, I know. Take it off. You look like it looks like
cocaine.
Yeah.
I wish.
It looks like the Miami sound machine exploded all over you.
I don't know how that always happens to me. Anyway,
but and so that's why we opened the show with that. There's a lot of controversy. It's still very controversial. There's a lot of states that are looking to adopt similar legislation in their state houses, and this is concerning. So you mentioned that there was a lot more behind this bill than just Don't Say Gay. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
why you gotta put me on the spot like that?
Well, you mentioned it upstairs. I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll wait to be on the show to ask her about.
I gotta pull it up. I gotta pull up the article.
While you're there, Jay, how are you?
Fantasticals.
Fantasticals.
We're good. As far as Florida goes, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's setting a precedence that's definitely harmful.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean,
it's just
my whole thing with this is, look, we've had marriage equality since 2015. The conversation of having two parents, being gay, whether you're 12, 22, or 45, is no different.
You know how some families have that one relative you really don't talk about because you just don't want to deal with them?
Right.
That's where I'm placing Florida right now. I'm like,
it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. But I will tell you this. For example, Disney, while you're still looking up those statistics, Disney has come out in support of of not supporting this Don't Say Gay bill, which in turn has gotten them a lot of backlash from right-wingers who are saying, you know, I'm never going to Disney. And I'm like, you know what? That's perfectly fine, because Disney's going to be lit this summer, and gay Disney is going to be amazing. Gay flags everywhere, queer this, gay. And okay with that. Have you ever been to gay Disney?
No, I want to go.
It's fabulous. Have you been to gay Disney before?
Not gay Disney, no.
Yeah, I went one June back in 2004, I believe it was, right before I went to Venezuela. And I went to Venezuela in 2006, and it was hot. It was awesome. It was a very good time. Felt very good to be, you know, in the happiest place on earth and truly like seeing yourself represented, right? Yeah. It was fun.
I mean, when it comes to the bill, I literally have the bill up in front of me right now. I think the reason that it passed in Florida, at least, was because it literally it states only K through third grade, and so parents think that at those ages, those kids shouldn't be learning about sexuality or being, you know, what gay means or anything like that. But the reality is, and I was having this conversation with my dad when I was in Florida, because, you know, he was for the bill, of course. And he felt like parents should be informed if their children are expressing, you know, any tendencies or asking questions about, you know, their sexuality or the community. And I flipped it. And I said this on the show a couple weeks ago because, like, for example, I now have a niece and she has a gunkle, and she's going to love her gunkle. And why wouldn't she talk about me?
I mean, you're going to make sure that she doesn't have a choice because you're going to spoil her to death.
Yeah, but, like, here's the thing. It's like, why wouldn't she be able to talk about me? And then when a teacher then says, no, I'm sorry, we can't talk about that, or shuts the conversation down, it then creates this, like, it has a connotation that's like, okay, well, that's bad.
Right. Something's wrong with my uncle.
Right. Something's wrong with my uncle. And it might not even have anything to do, you know, your niece, nephew, daughter, whatever, they might not be gay, they might not be trans, whatever it is, but, like, if you at such a young age are creating an environment and starting a conversation in which you're making something that's not negative a negative thing, you're literally continuing what we've been fighting against for so long. Right. You're continuing a negative rhetoric.
Not only that, think about children K through third grade are at their most
impressionable,
and they're at a stage and point in time in where everything sinks in, right? Mm-hmm. And so if we start, for example, talking about the gay community and gay people, nothing about sexuality, we're not talking about fucking, we're not talking about none of that. We're talking about being gay, mm-hmm. an openly gay man or a lesbian or transgender or gender fluid. We're talking about identity. And there should be no age limit in teaching someone that it is okay to be this person, whether you're androgynous, whether you're presenting feminine or masculine, whatever the case may be. It's never too early to educate our children, because when we do that at such a young age, they learn that that is a good thing. They learn that there's nothing wrong with that, and then in turn become better humans.
Right.
If we shelter them from this at such an early age, then you know you're further perpetuating that whole idea that there's something wrong and we can't talk about this, and it just pisses me off that they immediately go to sex.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, first of all, K through 3, they shouldn't be talking about sex in the classroom anyway. Right. So the fact that that is even a part of this bill is surprising to me. That said, I think if a child does say something about my gay uncle or, you know, my two moms, that needs to be uplifted and supported so it doesn't feel awkward.
Agreed.
And if that comes up in a classroom and now you have a policy and procedure to shut it down, what is that saying to the fucking kid?
I just think the teacher needs to be creative. If I came up to you as a young boy Although I knew at that time what gay was anyway, because I've
So young
got a lot of.
princess.
Yeah, I was like, I'm a fucking boss. I'm a princess.
And like, what
bitch.
happens if like a kid wants to wear a dress to school?
Right. No, but the thing is, so what if the kid says, okay, what is gay? Can you explain it to me? Then teachers have to come up with an age appropriate response. Okay, how do I explain gay? Right? You can't use the word, well, gay is someone who is attracted to someone of the same sex.
Mm-hmm. Well, this bill actually allows for, if in a class something comes up and a teacher doesn't shut it down or, informs a student about their two moms or tells the class about the student's two moms or two dads, families can sue the school districts now.
It's fucking horrible.
That's crazy.
School is a place to educate your children
and to feel safe.
And part of that education is knowing who you're with, who the people that you sit with every day are and what they are, and being honest. I mean, I don't know.
This is going to be...
You're a father of four girls and like 9,000 grandchildren.
7.
How do you address it? I mean, if one of your twins came up to you and said, "Tell me what gay is," how would you address that?
He would probably pull up a picture of me on Facebook.
Yes, I'd be like, "See
I
that?"
feel like that's in the dictionary.
No, yeah, no. I think it's an ongoing battle. I guess. Also, you have to take an account, which is a total issue at home right now, that the girls don't want the kids experiencing this stuff at an early age.
Right.
They think that as kids they take things literal, right? And especially with the boys are 8, the twins. So if you try to explain something to them, they just chuckle at it and they're like, "Oh, that's silly, or that's not right," because that's the way they see it. They see mama and papa together. That's me and Mrs.
Right.
So, and they see mom and her boyfriend together. They don't see the boy on boy or girl on girl thing. So to them, it's not something they're used to.
Right.
However, if we're watching a movie or a TV show and there's a gay couple that's introduced, or they kiss, and the kids are quick to, "Oh, he's nasty, he's kissing a boy," and I'm like, "No, that's normal. It happens."
Right. It's a learning. It's a teaching opportunity.
It's a teaching opportunity.
But that's a perfect point. Like, we have like this type of bill or this type of whatever. It is literally telling these kids that it's not normal.
Yeah.
And the only way we're going to change that is by having conversations like you're having with your kids.
Yeah,
no, that's normal.
That's okay.
That's normal.
That's okay.
Right.
So, like I said, my granddaughter, the oldest one, was the first one to come out to me and tell me that she likes boys and girls. And now eventually she moved into, "I just like girls." Okay, if that's how you feel, that's fine with me. I don't see it as an issue. Mom may see it differently. But I kind of told her the same thing, the same thing that I've told any other kids in the household. It's not about whether she's right or wrong. This is how she currently feels.
Right.
You need to address that. Whether you want to, talk to her or have her talk to somebody else because you don't know how to address it, then you need to do that. But you can't tell them that they don't know what they're talking about. You got to stop being your child's bully. You're there to defend them, to help them get through life and teach them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, to me, I talk to the kids. I'm open about stuff. I don't sugarcoat anything with them because they need to see the reality. Yeah, and, like my oldest granddaughter, she's 12. She was like, "Oh, Grandpa, you're bi?" Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to lie because it's going to make her mom feel better.
I just can't look at you as a grandpa.
As a grandpa. That's because
you look at him as a daddy. That's why.
Yeah, that's it.
It sounded like that.
I'm a gilf.
Oh, wow.
Let me stop. A gilf.
You're a
A
gilf?
gilf.
So I did want to bring up one other thing, though. So what's kind of exciting in a weird, I'm not sure if it's actually going to, catch fire way, there is a group of teachers, K through 3, that have been putting a statement out The Florida House of Representatives have ruled that classroom instruction by school personnel or third parties on sexual orientation or gender identity may not occur in kindergarten through grade 3 or in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students, which is broad because that could extend past third grade, right? So, to be in accordance with this policy, I will no longer be referring to your student with gender pronouns. All students will be referred to as they or them. I will no longer be using gendered titles such as Mr. or Mrs. or make any references to my husband and or wife in the classroom. From now on, I will be using non-gender titled MX. Furthermore, I will be removing all books of instruction which refer to a person being a mother or a father, husband or wife, and these are gender identities that also may allude to sexual orientation. Needless to say, all books which refer to character as he or she will be removed.
Proud of them.
Isn't that pretty great?
That's a hell of a stance. That's awesome.
Seriously,
Yeah.
because I mean, then the school district needs to order a whole new set of books, because when you get to the health section of class, you know, you got
all they're gonna have is Marlon Bundo now.
pretty much, because I mean they have diagrams of what a vagina looks like and explaining what the el campo de Venus, which is like the whole hairy area on top of the vagina, and then what the lips are called, the labia, and this and that, and it's like they have that in health books in school.
You say that. When I was working in the school, the high school, mind you, they had the mandatory sexual education. So they had people that would come in and teach the most asinine shit ever. And they were showing kids, you know, of people sick with chlamydia and gonorrhea
I remember
and all this
Shit.
shit. This is what happens if you don't have condoms. And every time this shit used to come up in school, I used to tell administration, I know you want me to sit in because you need someone to sit in, but you need at least 2 other people, because at least minimum 4 kids are going to end up getting sick every single time somebody puked in class. And I'm like, this is the most, I'm like, okay, I understand that there's dangers,
Right.
and it's good to be aware of it, but, you know, you're trying to low-handedly
Scare the shit out of these kids.
the shit out of these
into
kids
fucking
into not
celibacy.
into not having sex, and then we have freshman girls blowing guys in the hallway,
Yeah.
in the stairwells.
All right,
the
everybody,
period
don't
after.
have sex. Here, take a condom.
Yeah, take a condom.
I cannot.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there were some responses from this because it was a tweet. And, you know, one person says, smart move by teacher to protect themselves from lawsuits. Another person said, I guess these guys didn't realize that heterosexuality is also a sexual orientation.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? I mean, they're making such valid points. It's like, all right, well, then we're just not going to talk about anything.
Pretty much.
Yeah, everybody's neutral.
Right. 1 + 1 is 2. That's it. That's all you're going to learn in school from K through 3.
Yeah.
And then what are you gonna do? Teach what? Fucking Dr. Seuss?
Oh, honey.
Thing
they
one,
do-
thing two. Hey.
Thing one, thing two is like everything's somewhat neutral. Somewhat neutral with
Somehow I
with
feel
Dr.
the
Seuss,
energy of
but
my dogs like staring at us through this like wall.
Yeah.
Because you said thing 1, thing 2, and that's what you call them.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I call them thing one.
Their ears must be like this. Yeah, you're nasty. Yeah, no, it's just incredibly like heartbreaking and so annoying to think that in 2022 we're still going through some of this shit, and that we still have people in government that have these views. And listen, I'm no one to tell you what views you can or cannot have, but when you are a public official, you have to advocate for both. And this is a one-way resolution for those that are, you know, against the LGBTQ plus community. But what are you doing for the community and for those that support the community?
And I'm going to be, I mean, straight up honest. I have seen, we've all talked about some of the photos from when I was a child. And the one with me in the booty shorts and the tube top. Honey, everyone knew I was gay back then.
Oh, yeah.
And imagine a world in which I was lifted up instead of scared shitless. I probably would have come out a lot earlier.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I probably would have been more well adjusted. And I'm still working on that.
Speaking of coming out,
Tom, are you going to tell us something?
I'm out. I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
I'm leaving.
Sure.
I'm going back.
You're going back.
Don't know where, but I'm going back.
To the closet.
Anyway, so there is a GOP representative from the state of Colorado. Her name is Rep. Lauren Boebert, who wants there to be, check this out, we're both sitting down, right? Are you clutching your pearls?
Oh God, what?
She wants there to be an age, a minimum age before people are allowed to come out. Let me explain further. So she says that she tweeted that queer and trans people should reach a certain age before living their truth, comparing it to coming out with buying alcohol, for example, at the age of 21 or tobacco, that you should have or be of a specific age before you are able to come out and be who you are.
So you have to be 21 to identify as...
The scary thing is, after seeing what just passed in Florida,
you just never know. So she goes, Colorado Republican U.S. Rep.
Like, are you going to get arrested?
She's a supporter of the Don't Say Gay bill law in Florida. Has now proposed that queer and trans people should remain closeted until reaching a designated level of maturity. Fuck you, bitch.
First of all, it's
Fuck
not a closet.
Here's what I see. It's okay for you to go out, join the military, and die for your country before you're 21. But you can't express how you feel as a person.
Does she say like an age limit?
So she goes, we require
21?
people to be 21 to purchase alcohol, beverages, 21 to purchase tobacco. In some states, in Connecticut, you have to be 25, by the way.
Go eat a bag of dick tips. That's all I can tell you.
Right. So, and then she goes, so quote, why is it unreasonable to require people to reach a certain age of maturity before making life-altering decisions about their sexuality or identity?
Okay.
I would like to find out, how old was she before she sucked her first dick?
Oh, honey.
She was probably sucking a dick during that interview.
Pretty much.
But here's my thing. Okay, so we've had the conversation about beta blockers, for trans youth and hormones, right?
That's all they're looking to do is block that stuff.
Right. So we've had that conversation about when is the appropriate time for someone who identifies as trans to be able to start taking the blockers and all of that stuff, because it does affect your adolescent development.
Right.
So that said, I guess I just don't know how to respond to this.
It was just worth mentioning, but I don't think, that we should, right?
Well, I mean, the fact that there's an actual article about it scares me a little bit, because it's going to get traction with certain individuals, and like.
And I love Mama Kim, by the way.
I'm going back and I'm thinking, like, a huge reason why the AIDS pandemic was so destructive in the gay community was because everything was underground. We had to hide. We couldn't be who we were. So we were having unprotected, unsafe sex. We were, taking risks because we are humans and we are sexual beings, and we want to, explore those parts of ourselves. And so when we're not given the tools or given the space to be out and safe, we cause situations where people put themselves
at risk.
Right.
And so in doing something like not allowing people to come out when they're comfortable and ready, come out from their liberated space, mind you, not the fucking closet, because it's no longer a closet. It's a liberated space.
And so she has said, and so shall it be.
But not allowing that is just creating an environment in which kids and young adults are going to be unsafe. They're not going to know the best practices. They could, hurt themselves or get sick. And on top of that, it's going to cause an environment in which if I legally can't come out until I'm 21, like it's literally going to, I assume like suicide rates would go up because like you don't feel like you can be who you are.
Right. And if we're not allowed to come out as gay until we're like what? Age of maturity? Well, and exactly what is age of maturity to begin with?
Well, and also, is this
Define
retroactive? Like, if I'm 16 and I'm out, and then the bill passes and you have to be 21, do I have to go back into my liberated space?
Probably.
Absolutely.
I mean, but it doesn't surprise me.
I can't be grandfathered in.
No. So it's funny because, you know, Mama Kim just texted us and she goes, you know, well, if we have to wait until we're 21 to come out, she has to wait until she's 21 to come out as straight.
Oh,
right?
100%.
1000%. But it doesn't surprise me that someone like her, like this rep, again, her name is, let's go back. Where's the story? Oh, here it is.
Can I please get grandfathered in? That's all I'm asking.
Representative Lauren Boebert wants, Lauren Boebert, because here's her with her kids. It doesn't surprise me that she wants to make sure that we wait until we're 21 to come out.
I'm going to tell you right now.
That one
she
right
plays
there.
for the team.
She got a little fairy in the corner.
You know that middle child plays for the team. It's fine. He's like, I'm holding a gun. No, but I support that 100%. He can play for our team.
So, also, milestone. I'm drinking water.
So am I.
That makes 3 of us.
She's not drinking water?
Yeah, her water contains a little alcohol.
Hello.
Yeah, a little bubbly. So... It liberated itself from that can. That's what it did. No, but it just pisses me off.
So, yeah, well, I gotta say this. At least New York City Mayor Eric Adams is trying to
love him.
Get in there and get Floridians to move into New York City. So he's been voicing his opinion on the whole, and he. What was it? On Monday, he announced an ad campaign aimed at convincing LGBTQ Floridians who are upset about the new law that can move into New York City and not face those challenges.
Why should they have to, though?
Yeah, no, I understand, but...
That's the problem. Why should we have to?
Yeah.
And I know that this is probably not going to be, a large issue in urban schools because... When do they have time to actually monitor urban schools to begin with? They're always left to the wayside. But, you know, this is going to be something that's going to be very prevalent in rural areas of Florida. It's also going to be an issue in private schools. It's going to be an issue in places or schools that are too foo-foo for your average, you know, person of color or things like that. So, I mean, you're going to see that it's not going to be very widely held to account. People are not going to be held accountable for these actions the same way in most parts of Florida anyway. And so although it's law, you know, there's still going to be teachers that are going to risk and say, no, I fight for freedom. That's awesome. I love that sign, by the way.
So that's the ad campaign from New York City.
NYC loves you.
It says, come to the city where you can say whatever you want. NYC loves you. And it just says gay all over the banner.
Gay, 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 gay.
So smart move. I mean, it's a smart move on his part. And not only do you increase your populace, you are also providing safe haven for people that are looking for that. I mean, you shouldn't have to run from your home. But
there's a risk with that, though. Yeah. Like, so, well, actually, that might work. So right now, you know, there's a lot of conservatives in Florida, and Florida historically has been a red-leaning state. Mm-hmm. So if you take all of your liberals and move them into New York, then that's a problem because then that means you're leaving more conservative people in Florida that would continue to allow that state to turn red. But then if you take the population of Florida and you minimize it and you bring it to other states and then they do another census and then they lose a couple of more representatives because they now no longer have the same amount of people, that would be a good thing.
Well, and I see that there's actually several posters that they have. One of them says, New York City is alive, and so is free speech.
Yeah.
The other one is, people say a lot of ridiculous things in New York. Don't say gay is not one of them.
I love it. Mm-hmm.
I mean, Florida's already being sued, so.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I think this will end up in the high court or one of the highest courts. Hopefully,
I do hope that people actually, like, especially in Florida, that think that they know what this is and think that, like, all of us liberals are calling this the Don't Say Gay bill. I would hope that you actually take the time to pull up the bill and read it. It's 4 pages long. It's nothing crazy. Pull up the bill and read it and learn what it's about so that you can educate yourself, because the reality is this bill should have never been enacted at all. It has no purpose besides to demean people and put people down and stop progression in general. So just educate yourself and read the fucking bill.
Seriously. All right. Great conversation. Great first half. But I do think that we should, at this point, take a break. Do we agree?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to take a break and we will be right back. And we're back from the break. Welcome back. I hope everyone didn't miss us too long or too much. We had to go and, have our meeting, open the boardroom, do all that good stuff, refresh.
I refreshed with a tushy.
I know. Use the potty and all that good stuff. And,
Yeah, we heard you singing.
Yeah, so. She was singing?
No.
Maybe she was hoping to win a Grammy that, she didn't get last night. The Grammys were last night, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I didn't see them.
I know, me neither. But I heard that they were actually pretty good.
Nobody got slapped?
Nobody got smiffed. Good performances.
I can't.
And yeah, that happened. I didn't see them. I haven't had a chance to even look at some of the clips of some of the performances, but I heard that they were amazing.
Who hosted?
God. Who hosted the Grammys? I know this.
I don't know.
I know this. Oh, I know this.
Trevor Noah.
Thank you.
Oh, Trevor.
I love Trevor.
He's great.
Yeah,
He's another one that's hot.
So the one clip that I saw was when he was like standing up there. He was like, all right, at this, no one's getting up, right? Is it safe for us to continue? No one's going to get up and do anything. I thought it was hysterical. He's, anyway, but that happened. So anyway, we're back from the break, and coming back from the break, I wanted to quickly go over a really nice list that's available at theadvocate.com. And it is a list of LGBTQ plus film and TV shows to watch in April. And being that it's already April 4th, go over that list. So the first one, the first show that you'll see, and we'll post this list on tonight's post, by the way, is See You Then. It starts April 1st. It's fresh off wowing women audiences in SXSW, which is Southwest or something like that. It's one of those fairs that they do in the Southwest somewhere. Tech goes there and all these people. Anyway, See You Then is heading into theaters on April 1st, followed by DVD and digital release on April 19th. Trans writer and director Marie Walker makes her feature debut with this beautiful film about that follows a former couple, Naomi and Chris, who a decade after abruptly breaking up decide to meet over dinner to catch up on how their lives have evolved since the split, including Chris's transition. So that's one of those films. Did you guys want me to share this list so that you guys can see it?
I mean, yeah, that would be helpful, but
Okay, well,
Yeah, I'm lost at it.
all right. Well, here I'll send it in a text message to you folks. Let's see. Who am I sending it? Trish. And it literally says Nick Busta. And then Jay.
Your boyfriend's boyfriend?
I just don't know which one. Okay. 3535, right?
Yes.
Okay. Send. So that's one that's coming out. The next one is Linus, the Nicola Adams story, April 5th. This documentary follows the story of Nicola Adams, a black working class lesbian from a council state in England with an incredible gift for boxing, who took those talents to the top of the Olympic podium twice. Linus, the Nicola Adams story, arrives on video on demand on April 5th. The next one is called Elite Season 5. So apparently there's been 4 seasons. And that one releases April 8th. The breakthrough Spanish language Netflix hit. Ooh, I might watch this. which follows three working class students who've enrolled in an elite private school and is super queer, inclusive, and oh, so steamy, is back for season 5. The series picks up in the aftermath of the shocking murder and its ripple effects, and the ripple effects impacts everyone in unforeseen ways. Elite season 5 premieres on April 8th. And look at those pretty boys on that cover.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You gonna start learning Spanish now? You want me to whip out that book that we have saved somewhere around here?
I know the bad words.
All the bad words?
Ay, papi.
How do you say dick in Spanish?
Cazzo?
No.
Oh, that's Italian. Anyway, keep going. It's a long list.
There's only like, what? 14.
Well, here's the thing. If depending on which language you're speaking, you could either be saying dick or insect.
Oh.
Right, because bicho means an insect in certain South American countries.
Yeah, well, I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Right. Well, it does look like a little insect, right? It's like a little worm.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying, like,
A cyclops.
Anyway, iCarly comes back for season 2 starting April 8th. Come Dance With Me, April 15th. So this Come Dance With Me may be the most wholesome, queer, inclusive series you've ever seen. Child dancers draft a family member to join. Child dancers draft a family member to join them in the competition to win $100,000, but more importantly, for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to experience doing this together. So that sounds pretty interesting. Definitely might look at that. Love Classified, April 16th. Queer love is in the air in this new Hallmark original, Love Classified. Romance novelist Amelia arrives like a whirlwind into the lives of her adult children when she returns for a book signing in their hometown. Among them is her daughter, Taylor, who connects with a woman named the L-word Generation Q's Adrian Mandy on a dating app, which changes her life. Interesting. What else? The First Lady, April 17th. This is First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt's relationship with trailblazing journalist Lorena Hickok, like TikTok, has long been a subject of historical speculation. In this First Lady, a new Showtime original, that history is finally making it to the screen. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
And you know me, I love historical stuff. Russian Dolls season 2 comes back April 20th. I remember hearing about season 1 and Natasha Lyonne. She played in Orange Is the New Black.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she's awesome. Funny.
Do you remember the movie? What was the movie? But I'm a Cheerleader.
No.
Oh my God.
Is it on your list of movies?
I mean, I've seen it. It's hilarious. It's about a cheerleader who goes to gay conversion camp, and it's her.
Oh my God, I can imagine. That's probably amazing. And the reason why I say is it on your list because Nick signed into my Apple TV once with his account and he's never signed out. And so periodically I'll go in and I'll look and see if he's purchased new movies to watch them. So
And they're all gay.
yeah.
Well, not necessarily.
Yeah. So let me see. You have every Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
You have most of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Mm-hmm.
You have all of Twilight.
Oh yeah.
Every single one.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of like loved ones, like The Notebook.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the Harry Potters. Did I mention those?
Yeah. Every once in a while, you need a good cry, so you put on Beaches or The Notebook and just live your life.
Guess what's coming out on my birthday?
Incredible Beasts?
No.
The Secrets of Dumbledore.
I know. I was gonna ask you.
We should totally go see.
That's part of Incredible Beasts, isn't it?
It's part
of that whole
saga thing. Yeah. I was thinking maybe we can do like an early show.
Okay.
Matinee.
As I'm off. I don't know if you're off that day. I mean, it's my birthday.
It's a national holiday now, so.
Well, it's Good Friday.
No, I mean it's your birthday, so it's a national holiday.
Well, that's true. Yes.
I'll take it off.
We'll figure it out. Anyway, Russian Dolls, that's available on April 20th. And then we have Heartstoppers, April 22nd. And this one, get ready to have your heart melted by this boy meets boy love story coming out to Netflix on April 22nd from the Liberated Spaces. Importantly, Charlie and Nick, strike up an unlikely friendship. Nick is a rugby loving jock, and Charlie is a more sensitive soul. But their friendship soon begins to deepen into something a lot more like love. That sounds like your kind of thing.
I know, I'll probably watch it.
Yeah, you probably
I
will.
watched. I gotta find it. I was watching it was like a short film. And it was about, it was in, I think it was Ireland. And the guy works at a farm. And he's helping, he's the owner's son, and he's trying to help him, but he's falling behind on the chores and whatnot. So the father hires this guy from another country to come in and help.
Oh yeah,
And the
I've
son
seen
and
this.
it was a pretty good short
Isn't
film.
this Timothy Chalamet?
No.
It's a really good, and they end up hooking up, and
It's like Brokeback Mountain kind
yeah,
of.
yeah.
Brokeback Rainbow? I don't know.
It was broken.
Brokeback
I forget the name of it.
Leprechaun?
Yeah, it was a pretty good movie, and they
a
don't.
little slow.
It's a little slow,
Yeah.
but it doesn't always end like in happy endings like all American
Right.
movies do, which is what I like about foreign films. They kind of give you the reality of things.
Yeah.
I mean, not
They should
everything
just
ends
like
in a
record
happy
my
ending.
life.
Yeah.
What's that actor? Oh my God. I think he was, I can't remember what movie he was, but yeah, I saw a film of him running around with boys like they're taking like a fucking, European like fucking backpack like trip, and they're like stopping in all these different places, and you get to see his schlong running around, and I can't forget what his name is or what movie he was in, but it'll come to me, and I'm going to show you one day.
Okay.
Not y'all, but him, because she likes to look at all that stuff. Anyway, we're close to wrapping up this list. I hope. We're all going to the World's Fair, April 22nd. This is a surreal horror film from trans director Jane Schonbrun. Okay, that's it. That's also on there. Again, I'm going to post his list on tonight's episode. Crush, April 29th. This is the new Hulu original. It's a sweet coming-of-age romance about a girl who joins her high school track team to get close to her crush. That sounds a little...
Firebird.
Oh, we've all heard about Firebird.
And then, of course, there's Firebird. This Estonian romantic war drama and Cold War thriller is set in the late 1970s and depicts the forbidden love between a daring fighter pilot, Oleg Zagoraldini, and Private Sergei Tom Pryor in a time when their love would be lethal. Firebird will be available via video on demand on April 29th. Why do we have to wait 30 days for this shit?
Yeah, I know. It's killing me.
Like, I want to see it right now. Lord have mercy. You know who he reminds me of a lot, too? Hedwig, actor.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, from The Side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Grace and Frankie, season 7, April 2nd, which means it came out 2 days ago. Grace and Frankie for me has been one of those, series that just tugs at your heart. When you think about, when you think about Jane Fonda, right? And what's her face?
Lily Tomlin.
Lily Tomlin, thank you. Those two, first and foremost, are amazing in the series.
Yeah.
And when you think about the family dynamic and how things started and how they ended, how the husbands ended up together and then the two wives ended up becoming really good friends. It's so good to see and so good to watch their transition and their evolution in their relationship, because one is like a complete holistic, like person, and the other one is just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna slice.
Where's the vodka?
Pretty much. So
This is their last season too.
Yeah, really.
I
final season.
watched the first 4 episodes. I think this weekend.
Of course you're dead. I wouldn't expect anything less. So that's cool. I like Grace and Frankie. Grace, right? Yeah, Grace and Frankie. Jesus Christ. And Gentleman Jack season 2 coming out in April. This is based on the real life diaries of LGBTQ plus trailblazer and first modern lesbian Ann Lister. Season 2 of Gentleman Jack sees newlyweds Lister, aka Gentleman Jack, played by Serene Jones, and her lady love Ann Walker, who's played by Sophie Rundell, setting up their home together. Interesting. So another one to watch, and that is it. So all 14 of those must-watch films and shows will be posted on tonight's post. Guess what, guys?
What?
I didn't record that.
Any of that, did you?
We're back from the break, ladies and gents. Thank you so much for joining us.
Are you fucking kidding
Just
me?
to let you know, we went through an entire list of 14 LGBTQ plus films. So you get to see this on the video, but you won't hear all of that you just heard on this. Thank God, because I was a little over the top. And I didn't record any of that. This fucking intern clearly hasn't learned his lesson. So we went through a list of 14 films and shows that are available that are coming out between April 1st and April 30th, which we think, you'd be interested in. We're going to post them on tonight's post because I am not going through that list one more time.
No, we're not.
Anyway. Oh, I am so mad at myself. So mad. Yeah. So we did that.
That was just, exclusive for our Patreon listeners.
Thank you. That was funny. No, but I will tell you, two of them that you should look for: Firebird, which we have to wait like fucking 30 days for, Grace and Frankie, and what was the other one that looked really? I know you're getting. We mentioned Firebird. You're gonna get into Heartstoppers. Yeah. Anyway, we'll put them on tonight's post. Remind me.
Okay.
What else, boys? What else?
Jay, do you have anything?
This is going to be a very short show because remember, we just literally didn't record 15 minutes of the last first of the half of the second half. Crazy.
Yeah, I know. Well,
so,
I mean,
is anybody happy spring is here?
Yeah,
it's warming up.
How are your allergies, by the way?
I've been sneezing all day.
I know.
I've been on meds
and like weeks, literally, I got here and I was like, oh shit. It's my allergies. They're back.
Yep.
Can't
get away from them. That's a definite. Yeah. So I live on my meds.
Well, I will tell you, here's some things that you can do between now and I would say late June. You're going to be literally just covered in pollen 24/7. Try keeping your windows closed. I know that, fresh, it's getting warmer now. People want to open their windows. You want to do all that stuff and think that what you're getting is fresh air, but you're really getting just basically a whole bunch of pollen flying into your home. So keep your windows closed if possible. Try to, regulate your temperature using some sort of, perhaps air conditioning if needed, although it's a little too early for that. But most importantly, wash what you lay on. And I'm not talking about like washing your bed sheets every fucking day. But literally go to the dollar store and buy yourself some extra pillow covers and literally change them out every night. You'll thank me. Because literally when you are coming home, if you're not someone who washes your hair every day, you got your hair full of pollen, you put your head on your pillow. Now that pollen is on your pillow and you're tossing and turning and breathing all that pollen, you're going to wake up like you didn't get any rest.
I got an alternate option for that.
Yeah.
Shave.
What do you mean shave? Well, I mean, at least you could. No, but even on your beard, for example, right? Yeah, so, you're literally rolling in fucking pollen 24/7 between now and late June. And so, just wash your pillowcases and get extra ones so you don't have to feel like you're doing laundry every day. But it helps. And take your clothes off when you walk in the home and change. And also wash that because you track all that stuff in.
That feels like pre-COVID protocols. We used to get home from outside and just undress halfway in the house.
Lord have mercy.
It is. It's crazy, but there's so much going on.
And it was a very, very moist winter. Not only was it cold, and not only that we get a lot of precipitation, but a lot of it was water. So things are waterlogged. Trees are going to start sprouting sooner than
yeah,
most
I forgot
seasons.
where I saw tulips were already coming out.
all over the place. My
Yeah,
neighbor's
yeah,
yard,
yeah.
my yard. It's insane. My freaking daylilies are coming in already.
It's that time of the year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and it's not even Christmas.
Sorry, I'm trying to find something right now. That's why I'm being quiet.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm talking about allergies. So do that, and then just try to wipe everything down. Try not to dust with dusters. Get like a nice or a paper towel and
cloth,
and spray it with a little something, and then wipe your surfaces so that you're not kicking up all of this stuff. I'm telling you, it's dangerous.
Yeah, I know when I clean in the yard or the driveway or in the garage and I'm sweeping, and I know that I usually will spray down the floors with a little bit of mist it with some water. It avoids all that dust and dirt kicking up, and especially with me, once it gets into my nose, I'm sneezing for 4 or 5 days. I mean, I've gotten to the point where I've pulled the rib muscles. One point, the sneezing was so bad, I fractured one of my ribs.
Coke has the same effect, right?
Does it?
Well, I wouldn't know, but no, but just
ask Trish. She's got some on her sweater again.
And if you want to, what you can do is take, for example, Febreze and Febreze your floors, right? Yeah. And then,
well, that's the other thing for me with allergies. Once it kicks in, any scent
triggers it.
Oh, absolutely. I can't breathe. My wife will do laundry with fabric softener, and I'll have to rewash my clothes.
Stop.
To get the scent off, because I cannot breathe it. I love the scent. Don't get me wrong.
You don't like Downy?
But when my allergies kick in, I can't smell anything. I can't. It just, the minute I inhale it, I start sneezing and sneezing and sneezing. Right. It's to the point where my eyes are watery, my head hurts, my chest hurts. It's insane.
So let me ask you, in 2020 and in 2021, more so 2021, when we really started wearing masks heavily, did you find that having a mask most of the day helped with allergies, especially around the springtime?
Yes.
Because I'm thinking it might be a good practice around this time of season in the fall and in the spring to continue to wear masks.
In Asian countries, especially like Japan and China, they still wear masks just as a general health precaution.
Listen,
it's not a, if they're not feeling well, you'll see people walking around. That's prior to COVID.
Right.
It's been a practice that they've done for years where I'm not feeling well, I'm going to wear a mask. I'm avoiding additional issues, but as a courtesy, helping people around you not getting sick.
Right. China's actually going into lockdown in several major cities right now because of the...
You're going to repeat that and repeat that and repeat that until you don't have to go back to the office.
That's right. I'm kind of hoping that,
within a few people get sick this week.
within a few days, they'll be like, yeah, it's hard stop. Everybody stay home. I'll be like, okay, yay. Gay.
Gay.
No, but it's happening. I mean, it's facts.
Yeah,
It's just hard. It's hard living with allergies. I know I get my little bouts with them. I'm not like severely allergic, or do I suffer from them every season? But when I do, get the fuck out of my way.
Seafood, tree pollen, birchwood, which is a native tree to Connecticut. Birchwood and beechwood, both native trees. I'm severely allergic to them. Dust mites, you name it. It's like. It's a combination.
I'll build you a little bubble, roll you in and out of places.
Yeah, I was doing treatments. I was going through an allergy specialist, and he was helping me build up my immunity. And then all this shit with COVID happened, and
so start doing it again.
I have to. It's a process.
She has no will.
Before we wrap this show up, because we are off topic.
What are you talking about? We just had a conversation about allergies
and pollen.
Yeah.
And pollen.
Oh, sorry. I mean, you don't get allergies. Squeeze me.
I'm fucking allergic to everything.
I mean, I still plan to wear my mask.
I'm allergic to dick, but that don't stop me.
Well, I got to wear my mask because I don't even know how I'm going to act around dick when I finally see it.
Oh, my God. Last night, somebody at the bar was like...
Hannibal Lecter mask.
Well, somebody at the bar was like, that one guy, he's so fucking hot.
The one standing against the wall for like a hot minute?
No,
he was holding up the wall for like all night long.
No, No, I'm talking about somebody else.
Okay.
But
But
he was
at
like
the bar.
yeah, and he was like, I would totally just like take him and like rip off his clothes and just go at it. And I looked at him and I was like, I feel like that thing's gonna smell. Like that's like a shower beforehand type of situation. And you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I was like, he is cute, but he looks a little greasy.
Right, because the guy that was holding up the wall all night was hot. I was like, he was kind of gingerish, and he was kind of older, and he was wearing glasses.
Yep.
And he was sitting by your register.
I know exactly who it is.
And then he started clapping like oddly when the kid Xavier started singing, who is very hot, by the way. This little straight boy that comes into the bar.
That's how it all starts out.
Yeah, and which is I'm fine with that.
Sing one song in a gay bar.
Two, he sang. What did he sing? He sang. I can't remember. I can't remember shit nowadays. I think I'm getting
COVID brain.
COVID brain. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But yeah, no, definitely wearing a mask because I don't know how to act around dick. I need something. So the shit shot is going to get in trouble.
Yeah. So I just wanted to mention one quick thing, which I think is pretty cool, and I love this man. So we all remember Beto O'Rourke.
Yes. Oh my God, I got into a huge fight with Chris because I didn't want to tell him what Beto O'Rourke stood for. That I loved him so much.
Yeah. Well, I love him. I think he's great.
Yeah, I think
he's
so.
actually running for governor
Of Texas.
and So recently, Governor Greg Abbott, who's the current governor, ordered an investigation of some parents of trans kids who had access to gender-affirming care. So that is fucking insane.
Right. Well, that's a law in Texas, by the way.
But he actually ordered an investigation on these parents. So the Texas Democratic governor candidate, Beto O'Rourke, on Transgender Day of Visibility, wore a shirt and sent out a message that said, "Don't mess with trans kids."
That's awesome.
Saying that he stands for, everybody in Texas, and there's room for everybody in Texas.
Right. And there should be. It's a big state.
And I love seeing shit like that. Like that just makes me really happy because we know, Texas is.
It's hard. It's not easy.
Yeah. I mean, there are blue areas.
I'm sure you enjoy a hard Texan once in a while.
Of course. There are a lot of very micro blue sections of Texas. When you think about, for example, the capital, Austin, there's a whole entire fucking neighborhood in Dallas called Oaklawn, where you can go and like literally dance the two-step at a gay bar, which is right across the street from JR's, which is another amazing gay bar that has like this like picturesque like balcony that overlooks the street. Texas is nice.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
nice.
but
And then you have fucking dry counties like Denton.
I mean, but I'm looking at this thing, and it's like, this governor is literally suing investigating these families, calling gender affirming care child abuse.
Well, I believe that's what they were pushing the law on, to make it illegal to have anyone have children under a certain age undergo gender assignment or gender reaffirming treatment because they deemed it as it being potential child abuse. And I'm like, how could it? I mean, the child is literally
initiative was blocked by a judge, though.
Right, but here's the governor still ordering an investigation, which kind of sucks, right?
I know, it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
But then you have Beto O'Rourke.
I know, Beto.
His teeth look a little jacked up in this photo, but
his teeth have always been like jacked up, but he does have like this very unique bone structure, right? His face, it almost looks like it's contorted in a way, and I find it kind of sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something Texan about him that I find sexy. Who it is?
My grandson decides to FaceTime me while I'm recording.
Oh, can he hear us?
No.
So,
Okay, I was gonna say please.
It's on mute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, before we wrap it up, I just want to say O'Rourke said, "We speak about everyone in the state with pride. We talk about Texas that is big enough for all of us. We target no one based on any difference between us, whether it's based on the color of your skin, country of origin, or the fact that you're non-binary. I think you're all amazing. I'm proud of you, and I want to do great things in this state."
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And, you know, more good news from the political front, or should I say the judicial front. Ketanji Brown Jackson is expected to be confirmed this week. The Senate Judiciary Committee just voted 11-11, so even keel,
Nice.
to move her nomination to the floor, which means that when she hits the floor, she will most likely have the support of 2 Republican senators, both Susan Collins of Maine and Mitt Romney of Utah. Actually 3, and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska will vote to support her nomination, which means that she will most likely get either a 53 to 47 vote, which is great. And also that makes her the first Black woman to ever be elevated to the court, which is incredible and amazing and awesome, because every day more and more representation on the court is starting to look a little bit more like what America
Yeah,
is.
it looks like.
And it's beautiful to see. So that's that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm good. Does anyone else have anything else?
No, I think aside from that, just a quick apology. We initially thought that we were going to have Dr. G today, but unfortunately we had to rebook and reschedule. So I'm hoping that he'll join us for the first week of May.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Right. And, you know, and as always, we'll be able to, again, probe his amazing brain on all things butthole and gay and amazing and awesome. And not only that, we get to see the great doctor on screen. And, you know, Nick can stare at his face. I stare at his hands and, you know.
And lube shooters.
Nasty.
Plays out from
Nasty. So, all right. So that's all we have for you folks. I'm sorry that you missed 15 minutes of the entire broadcast. Again, to the intern. Those will be 15 minutes we'll never get back.
Yeah.
And
we're
then-
docking your pay.
Oh, fuck her. Anyway,
Elsie.
that's it. So I'm going to toss it over to our girl, Trish, for Mama Kim's Minute. Do I have to give you love? Because you've been mean to me all day.
No, it's fine. Thank you. All right, everybody, here's Mama Kim's Minute. Number 1, students held a queer prom after hours after the state legislature passed an attack on trans kids. Number 2, LGBTQ groups and families sue Florida over Don't Say Gay law. Number 3, U.S. passports now allow X gender marker from April 11th on.
I saw that, and I'm thinking of getting my passport. So I think I might put myself as an X.
I mean, I don't identify as that, so I wouldn't, but it's great that you can.
Yeah. So just because I can.
Yeah.
Right?
Do it.
Love it. All right. Jay?
You will officially be an X-Men.
Yes. Or an X-woman.
X-woman.
You never know.
Knowing you.
I might wake up one day feeling the love. That's all I'm going to say.
And on this day in gay history, brought to you by GayTalk 2.0.
I love when we used to say unicornbooty.com.
I know,
You remember?
yeah.
Is that still a thing? Let's
The
check.
what?
It's not.
Oh,
what?
unicornbooty.com.
It turned into Hornet.
Oh.
Anyway. Jay?
So as you look this up, when April 4th, the year was 2017 in Chicago, Illinois, the workplace discrimination towards LGBT employees became prohibited under the Civil Rights Act. 2 Seventh Circuit Courts of Appeals ruled to the I'd screw that one up. didn't I? The
Seventh.
new glasses. I can't read right. Hold on. The Seventh Court. Shit.
Seventh
Breathe.
Circuit Court of Appeals.
The Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that discrimination towards LGBT community was prohibited and protected under the Civil Rights Act of 1964. What sparked this ruling was a woman named Kimberly Hively, who sued Ivy Tech Community College in Indiana after they denied her a job because she was a lesbian. However, more work is to be done, as Judge Diane Skies claimed that this law does not explicitly protect those in the LGBT community, but that Hively's case fell under this act.
And interestingly enough, that was in 2017. Jumpstart, 2-3 years later, it was actually passed in the U.S. House, both in the Senate and in Congress, that LGBTQ plus rights are protected under the 1964 Civil Rights Act, and now it has been codified into law because it actually the Supreme Court said that it does. And so some states had it already. Connecticut was one of those that protected identity and being LGBTQ plus, but some didn't, and so it's a done deal. Feels good,
unless you're in Florida. Anyway.
Right?
Absolutely. And announcements time.
Oh, it's my turn. All right. Well, ladies and gents, thank you so much for skipping 15 minutes of the show today. I'm so proud of that.
You didn't miss much. I'm joking, Tom. I'm joking.
I'm gonna cut her. But thank you for tuning in. If you love the show, make sure that you go subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting service. By subscribing, you get the latest and greatest, except those 15 minutes of our show delivered right to your favorite device or web browser as soon as our episodes are published. You can also support us on Patreon. Patreon allows you, our listeners, to support the show with a monetary donation, which we collect monthly and can be in any denomination of $1 or more. Jay,
there's nothing to say.
Nothing to say.
Nothing to say.
Next week, more dish.
Yep.
We'll see. I gotta really do some work on that.
All right. Well, ladies and gents, and now here's Nick with a weekly reminder for all you bottoms out there who want to keep their buttholes on point. Yes, we are talking about Future Method. Let me give this bitch some love.
Thank you. All right, everybody, get the Future Method today. Each time you clean out with water or enemas, you won't miss 15 minutes of our show. Delicate tissues are harmed and cells are damaged, increasing chances of injury and or STDs. The first of its kind doctor-developed formula gently cleanses before you play without hurting your bum. Visit futuremethod.com to purchase your life-changing bum cleanser today.
Good night, everyone.
And as we come to a closing, we'd like to put a ring on it.
If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it.
Our show is available on our website, GayTalk20.com under audio podcast. It is also available as a free download on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher Radio.
You can find us on social media, Facebook, GayTalk 2.0, Instagram, GayTalk 2.0, Twitter at GayTalk20. You can email us at GayTalk2.0 at GayTalk20.com. Tom, are you recording?
Yes. Yes. All right. If you love our show, go to our, excuse me. Lord have mercy. Let me go down. If you need to reach out to us, just head on over to our website. Click on the Contact Us tab located at the top of the web browser. There you can leave comments, suggest topics, submit a question for the cast, or an individual host. You can also call us and leave us a voice message with any questions you may have. We can answer those for you on the show. Our phone number is 334-GAY-TALK. And if you need all those digits, it is 334-429-8255. Don't forget that we do stream live every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can access that live stream by visiting digitalstreamradio.com. With that, ladies and gents, that is our show. Thank you. And y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Gay Talk 2.0. Tune in next time for more dish.